I really should publish my heart rate graph. It climbs by like 20 BPM every Elden Ring day. It's great. I'm really excited to be playing more Elden Ring. We're going real long today, starting early and running late. It's become impossible to avoid spoilers for this game, so I think my strategy of like stretching it out as long as possible isn't going to fly. I can't go for longer than 6 hours without causing issues on YouTube, so I'm probably going to take a break at about the halfway point, 3.5 hours in, split the VOD, get up and stretch and have a drink of water, and we'll come back into another 3.5 hours. So if you're watching this on the future on YouTube, there should be another episode right after this one that took place immediately after. I was kind of planking earlier, stuck as to where to go or what to do, so I'm going to try to slowly explore again, maybe get my souls back. I'm not going to hold my breath about that. Found a shortcut and I still haven't found where that shortcut started, so I might try to do that today. This was a shortcut. I remember where this connected to. Oh, is this where I fought? This might be where I fought the invader guy. Okay, so that's so I don't have to take the ball again. I don't think we want to go this way, though. Looked at that before. Some souls, though. Okay, let's try going this way. How you doing, Tazaid? Good morning. Yikes. This is probably bad. Would just fight those guys, but 2 of them at a time are kind of rough. Backstab in there. It's fine. Alright. This is where I keep dying because I keep trying to rush past this guy with the multiple arrows. I'm going to try to not do that this time. Oh, awesome, Spiky. How's it treating you so far? I'm excited to do multiple playthroughs of this game. I'm probably going to play the shit out of it once I finish it on stream. Yeah, right? I'm even excited just to do things in a different order. It seems like it's a lot easier to try to target a specific build, too, which I'm pretty excited about. The souls I left behind were the souls from killing the NPC invader dude. Yeah, okay. I accidentally played for 3 hours. Is this game, this is a mild spoiler, but if I want to get, if I want to plat this game, I've 100%ed, I've gotten all achievements in every other Souls game. Would I need to do multiple playthroughs? Like Sekiro? I guess most of them require multiple playthroughs, but I'm curious how much of that is just load at the end and get the other ending. I like this pebble ability, actually. Am I currently running... No, I'm not running mana potions. I should be careful and just use this for pulling. Is it different? Way to go, dude. That guy's a genius. So Sekiro, you have to do at least 2 playthroughs to see all bosses. Is that not necessarily true here? Like, there's a pretty significant diverging point for all bosses where you can't just load and get a different boss. If you save scum that way, you gotta go pretty far back. You can see all bosses in 1 playthrough. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to do for stream, and then I'll plat it off stream and probably record it. That'd be my plan. This game. Alright, I heard they patched the game. This is part of why I'm trying to play this more, because even stuff like this I'm not able to avoid. They added new stuff to the map. Like, I can see merchants that I found, maybe? Yeah, that's cool. I guess the other stuff that I watch and click and people that I follow and things I do are so powerful that even though I constantly tell YouTube and Twitter to stop showing me Elden Ring shit, they do it anyway. Like, even from people that I don't follow, I'll be like, we're showing you this because we know you like Elden Ring. Shut up! No, I don't. I do, it's my favorite thing ever, but go away. Not here. Death ahead. Oh, that's cool. Right on. Shit. Let's die. Deserved to die there. And now I'm dead. Okay. That's unfortunate. Fortunately, I landed slightly short of being able to jump attack that dude. I can kind of run back to that point, but I know there's an enemy now that I have to kill on my way. Probably target me from up there if I'm not careful. Okay, they're easier to stagger than I realize if I just go hard on them with R1. Try that in the future. Yeah, I love their fast-firing animation. Is like the funniest thing. Cracks me up every time. Let's try just to avoid these dudes. This is where I died. My soul should be down here. And in fact, they are. Okay, that's more effective than I expected. That little guy is still coming after me. Very devoted. Okay, cool. objective here is just to figure out where that shortcut was that I opened. And maybe spend these souls, I keep losing them due to being bad. Enemy. It's going well. I had a good time. Oh, sorry. My phone's set to do not disturb during streaming hours. I'm manually activated here. Oh, I'm mad. I think I just run to his death. Amazing. I'll do that more often. I didn't get this last time because I was trying to avoid the bow. Ouch! Shit, I didn't realize I had so much bleed. Shit. I'm gonna back up off the roof in a second, aren't I? Yeah, right? Ah, I didn't come this way last time. Looks like there's a chandelier I can drop down to, but I don't know that that's actually where I want to go. Let's see. Necessary item ahead. Be wary of up. I'll be talking about the guy from the other side that already aggroed me. Nope. Talking about that guy. Give that person a good rating. Ooh, glintstone. Thank you, friend. Yeah, that looks bad. I think I dropped down further from here, so I think that means that probably connects to where this chandelier is. Oh yeah, that's right, because there's some guys down here that I fought. Academy glintstone key. Set this to sword every time. Key to the seals binding both gates of the Academy of Lucaria. Huh. Oh, I have a second one. Right, this is the one I got from the dragon earlier. Interesting. Right, I'm a little bit nervous about dropping down here. This is where the shortcut ladder was that I kicked down. I still don't know what room this is. God damn it. That was the ladder that I wanted to go investigate there. I thought I had a door on the side that I dropped down on. I came from a different direction, though. Hooray, that's an improvement at least. So I know what I need to kill and what I can avoid, more or less. Shit. Jump over the thing. There you go. Almost rolled off the edge there. Okay. We didn't do the same attack that time. No. Probably have that one little gargoyle buddy chasing me here. Big fan of the Flask of Wonders physic, yeah. Other guy's already aggroed onto me. Which I guess I don't really need to fight him, right? Shit, didn't realize I was out of stamina there. Whew! Calculated. Totally meant to get behind him there. 100% on purpose. Oh, both on me this time. Shit. You want to run off that ledge? I will not stop you. I don't need to drop down from the windows this time and go this way again. Guessing those crabs don't respawn. Yeah, okay. Now I should have a little bit more control over where I'm going and who I aggro. Be wary of right. Which is my own message, I think, amusingly. Souls are across the bridge, but I want to aggro the other assholes here first. Come here, bud. I want to deal with both him and the guy with the shield. Shit. This is bad. Oh god, son of a bitch. Well, there goes 7,000 souls. I've never seen him do that triple shot attack before, so I dodged based on the first one, and I was being greedy, I was relying on the Wondrous Physic region. Okay. I'm usually better at exploring the zone than this. Bosses I get stuck on for a long time. I don't often die this much to a single bonfire region. There's probably a checkpoint I'm missing somewhere. Sorry. Shit, wrong flask. I should take it off my bar if I don't have any. Need to get a better sense of when the region runs out. It feels like it lasts an insanely long time. Shit, not again. Not again. Not again. It's gonna happen again, doesn't it? It happened again. I don't even think I need to fight those two dudes. I think I can just jump off because they're not gonna like stop me from climbing a ladder or something. Try switching. Yeah, I can sometimes jump attack that dude. I think I have to jump extremely late for it to reach, though. I keep expecting to be able to plunging attack guys. Like, having the high ground on an enemy means that I basically get to ignore them or get an instant kill on them or at least lock them down for a second. And that's not the case, but... Gotta kill these two guys. I might just be able to avoid everyone else, though. The bigger spell, I can tell when he's using it. Just ignore these dudes this time since we know where to go. I'm absolved of having to recover my souls apparently because I'm bad. Okay, at least I know I can make it back here pretty trivially. Let's get douchebag over here. Seriously? I think that guy has one attack where he like pulls his sword back. The NPC invader from earlier does the same thing, and he has super armor during it, or more poise or whatever. But I don't think he did that twice in a row. I think it's just that the R1 on this sword has terrible poise damage and it can't stagger those guys. I thought that after I did a jump attack on him followed by a few R1s that would be enough to trigger the stagger, but I must have been off like ever so slightly, or I must have been mixing R2s into it in the past. Got these guys under control, I think. Knock on wood. Really, dude? No spells? Interesting choice. Well, that was going to cause me to take a bunch of damage. Lucky me, apparently. I don't know if that guy's following me or not. I might want to kill him just in case. Oh, he sure was. Shit. Alright. 50th time's the charm or something. I don't know. Been really bad at this lately. I think it's like a problem with the R1 versus the R2. That time I staggered him. No souls are recovered this time, which is nice. Yeah. 30 minutes of wheel spinning. I guess I did find that extra key by checking out the window on the top of this building, so that was worth doing, whatever that's good for. Maybe there's a way to get in here without the key, and that's a way to get back out. There's a teleport somewhere. Oh, shit. It's a thing he can do. Take that into account here. R2 definitely stun locks those guys. So I think I died last time when I lost all those souls because I was trying to use R1. Still sword asshole here. Yeah, that attack, the one where he's like licking his blade, is the one that's got super armor. Where does this go? That's what I need to know. There's a bunch of these dudes. Oh, is this the entrance to the whole place? Oh my god. I couldn't recognize it from above, and I didn't want to risk coming down, because last time I was here, I was completely out of resources. I'm gonna die. I'm stuck! Shit. I need to lock off. Okay. Yeah. I've had a oximeter since Dead Space, I think I picked it up for. Dead Space 1. That was like 6 years ago. I kicked down the ladder, but I never went down there because I didn't know where it was going to. So the bait parlor was the one that was closest to the entrance. Wait, no, debate parlor is the boss fight. It wasn't the main gate, I don't think, because it would have been down here. I thought I went in and killed the dude, and then found it. Oh, I guess the souls lets me figure it out, huh? Thought it was a shortcut to some other path that I hadn't yet taken. This is why I was confused. Soul's Nightmare, you press the lock-on key and you're accidentally facing slightly the wrong way and your camera spins in the opposite direction by mistake. Seriously? Yeah, I don't really have my head for the geometry of this place. It felt like I was traveling way too far away for this to take me all the way back to the starting area, so I thought this was a part of the zone I hadn't visited yet. Shit. Oh, that's kind of a sucky shortcut. Several of these guys at once. Beautiful. doing his charge up attack that I can't stop. Hey, friendo. Not just hit me with your book. Whew. Okay, it took almost exactly 30 minutes, but we are back to progress, maybe. Yikes. So the pebble has a range issue. Those bolts fucked me up before. And again. At least I can get back up there quickly. Probably still need to clear the marionettes in the chapel. Whoa, what happened to my weapon? What the fuck? Ow. I guess I was still one-handing it. I don't know why I swapped off of it. Really? That ladder is real dangerous. I did buy a new controller. Oh my god, I keep getting Dark Souled. Shit. Tried rolling out of the way of that. That was a mistake. Jesus Christ. Oh man, I just keep having a real bad day. Like, I should be able to handle these guys. This is a little frustrating. Almost. Yeah. I think this is just normal ass tilting, basically. I wasn't doing well at the end of last episode. I've been thinking about it all week. I'm trying to get back to new content, and so I'm screwing up the stuff that should be pretty trivial for me. Unfortunately. Okay. Well, good start. Probably can't risk waiting on the region here. Seriously. I'm stuck. I'm gonna die because I'm stuck. Yeah, and something's up. I don't know what it is with their stagger meter, to be honest. Like, I can stagger them, and usually I'm used to being able to predict, okay, this enemy, 2 R2 attacks will always stagger them, or a jump attack plus a stagger will always stagger them, or something. But I think what's going on is that, like, I'm hitting them for just enough poise damage such that, like, oh my god. I'm hitting them for just enough poise damage that if there's a couple frames of delay from one swing to the next swing, that they've like regenerated enough poise that it doesn't stagger them the next time. I'm wondering if I can just run to the ladder here, but I have a feeling I'm gonna get my ass kicked if I try, at least by the mage. Probably need to stop luring them into this room because I don't really have anywhere to run if they start doing their crazy attack. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll just shut the stream down and we'll go live in 25 minutes and I'll pretend like we were starting from here. That time it wasn't close enough for him to aggro. I thought I had a handle on what caused these guys to go nutso mode on you too, but it appears that's incorrect. I think part of what's going on here is I was getting really used to using R1 and working around the enemies' like resistance to stagger, but here I'm trying to use R2 to force them to stagger, and it's not necessarily staggering them at the rate I'm expecting it to. So I should probably just go back to what I was used to before, which is primarily depending on R2 for or R1 for damage. I think I understand the range on R1 better. I understand how much stamina it uses, how long the animation is, whether I can hit something on the ground with it. I don't have that intuition for R2. I've only just recently started practicing it. Yeah, that seems like that's the way to go. I think that's what's been going wrong this whole time. That guy hit me with all 3 of them last time, I think. It's real bad. Oh yeah, also whether or not you stagger them depends pretty heavily on whether you end up hitting them while they've got their shield out. Back to one you trust. Use R1. You trust R1. Don't get stuck in this corner with them or you're gonna die for sure. No, now I can't get out. I should be dead. Y'all coming? R1's doing better. Shit. Should be able to kill those guys without getting hit ever. And it should be somewhat trivial. That has not been the case for me lately. This asshole. Really? Really need that to stop happening. Coming. I learned this last time. This person has a ton of poise. A surprising amount. I give you a long time to follow up on that. That's good. First try. Alright, progress. 43 minutes. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna die in the next thing after this hallway. Eek poison. No rump ahead. So we got another one of these big head things. Ezer's glintstone staff. Thought that was gonna be an enemy. We got another dead end to go check out here in a second. Hold on. Staff of the primeval glintstone sorcerer Ezer. Only those who have glimpsed what lies beyond the wisdom of stone may wield it. Consumes additional FP, but reduces the casting time of sorceries. Interesting. Requires 52 int to equip. Worth it. Definitely in the right part of the game for our current stats. This is super worth it. Alright. I think I picked up a golden seed recently. I don't remember if I spent it. Okay, no, I think I need 2. Just established that I made a shortcut. I don't have to do the ball roll, but I think the ball roll might actually be safer. Easier for me to dodge. Than a bunch of wizards throwing stuff at me. Yoke. We have the thing that warps to the turtle pope. this guy, and we didn't explore through here. This is fine. Just careful, you're stepping on that scholar. It's a horde boss. What y'all look like under these masks? Good.
Little Calva.
She looks really cool.
I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Turtle Pope set her up. After I kill this person, the feeling something very bad is about to happen. Does it have lyrics? That's kind of cool. Oh, jeez. Okay, I can breathe candles on you, because what motherfucker with candles can't do that? It's just a thing they can do. I don't know if I just have to deal with an unlimited number of asshole students, or if I can actually reasonably get rid of all of them, you know? That looks bad. Are you doing that? Can you not, though? What's happening seems bad. They do seem to despawn when I kill them, so I don't think they're directly getting back up. See, there's one glowing golden, probably making her shield. And something with her shield. Shit, I thought they were about to hit me. I had this guy locked on, I did not. I guess they could be crawling out of those little holes and there being an infinite number of them coming from there. It seems possible. Should probably operate on the assumption that I can't kill all of them here. Some of their attacks hit each other, it looks like. It'd be fun if, like, they're the hard part of the fight. Yeah, I think that's the deal. Okay, that's pretty cool. Uh-oh. That seems bad. Oh. Something fell on my back there. Cool fight concept. No salty run back steak, okay. send the elevator back down, did I? Nope. Sure didn't. Looks like my Flask of Wondrous Physic is actually perfect for this fight, because the little bits of book damage I take are pretty mild. Now, if I have a chandelier fall on my head, that's a different story, but... Stop that. Another chandelier that just fell on me, I think. Oh, it's not part of the song. It's them casting the spell. You can tell with the headphones what direction it's coming from. That's pretty awesome. Oh shit, okay, that's a thing she can do. Good to know.
Come, sweetings. Time
Don't be reborn anew. Turn them into horrible... Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting it to turn them into, but okay. Rad. Just turns them into an attack. Right on. That guy is much taller than the other guys. Having to listen for the singing child is pretty awesome. Doing her like protection incantation. This is a really neat boss fight.
Sweetings. Time to be born anew.
There's a chest in this room. Oh shit, I didn't realize I only had to do 2 times that time. I don't know what that does to her born anew sweetlings. Oh, they just fall. That's even funnier. Start moving sooner when I see that, I think.
Come, sweetings.
Sweetings.
Born anew.
Sweetlings. Imagine this fight is significantly harder without surround sound or headphones. I like that it's kind of a horde fight. Okay, sometimes... Oh, I guess they can build her shield up if I don't... Gotcha, that's why they spawned quickly before, I think. Third phase thing you can do with them.
Sweetings. Time to be born anew.
See the new one. Those can hit me through the walls. Good to know. Pondering that for a long time, so probably fine. Hey! Phase 2? Oh, interesting. Yeah, her and the dog are like the perfect difficulty for my level and gear at the moment.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience.
It's also perfect that I had all that run energy.
Countless born forever and ever.
This one might not be perfect for me, though, whatever it's about to spawn. This is fine.
Upon my name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich lumber shall not be disturbed by thee.
Hey, it's Kiadi Mundi.
Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide.
I'm super dead.
Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon.
Oh, cool. She's wearing a boot on her head.
And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Oh, I like the water effect. That's awesome. Well, that's an attack. Great intro to this lady. Ooh, those things got like trucks.
Fate lieth under my moon.
Now, I'm curious whether I have to do her phase 1 again. If I do, I'll probably come back later when I have a slightly stronger weapon. I might even stop over at the blacksmith real quick just to see if I can do the next tier of weapon. This phase 1 isn't very hard, but it seems like it would take a while for me to do with my current setup. Just don't want any. I need a clear all waypoints button. I don't remember where exactly the blacksmith is relative to where I start. Bear with me a second. Yo.
Well, I took you for it no matter it's lay out your arms.
Yeah, I can afford that. Oh, I'm slightly short. I can do one more. 504 I need. Probably would have made the level I was just in a little bit easier if I had done that sooner. Oh really, this just uses regular smithing stones? Oh. Barely improved stuff, though. I guess I don't need smithing stone 1s anymore for the S stock. Alright. Let's see how or if that changes things. Is the debate parlor bonfire the closest bonfire to the start of this boss, or is there one that I'm missing in the academy? I'm trying to think of other paths I haven't taken here. Oh, really? Thought I got a decent number of them for a Souls game, like enough to focus on one weapon. I do want to try to maybe experiment with a different weapon later in the playthrough. But these games always make it so difficult to respec. Alright, so I'm going to make my decision based on whether I start right from the moon phase or if I have to kill phase 1 again. If I do phase 1 again, I'll go explore somewhere else and we'll come back here later. Say that our journey here was a cute little... Yeah, okay. Cute little adventure. We got some new gear and look very silly now. Oh, now they die in 2 instead of 3. That's valuable. I'm not sure what got cleared, but I'm trying to play this as blind as possible. If you type !hide before your message, chat can see it. I will not be able to see it. If you wouldn't mind talking in there, it's possible. I don't know if it's worth saving region for phase 2.
Time to be born anew.
I'll probably do phase 1 pretty fast. Maybe I will stay here for a bit if I can figure out how to dodge her main nasty attacks. Sleep tight.
Come, sweetest. Time to be born anew.
Said something about sweetings. I love this theme in Miyazaki games about like characters who are past their prime and like weak and dying and like then fighting them in their prime, right? Seems bad. Regular old Tsukuyomi over here. Oh, she's gonna throw the fucking moon at me? Alright. That's cool. I'm running toward her, or while I'm running away from her, I have to be running toward her at the same time, I think, to have a chance of damaging her. Oh, I knew that was about to happen. So, I think if I summon my archer guy, he'd be pretty good in this fight because it's a big, open, empty room, but I haven't decided if I'm okay with using the Summon Ashes. I don't feel... well, I think even if I summon the jellyfish, the jellyfish still completely breaks her targeting routine, even for a little bit. Oh, there's no stake for lore reasons? That's cool. I'm heading back because I think that I understand how to do phase 1 pretty quickly now that I can kill the kids in 2 hits. It probably explains why he takes such little damage in it. I might still bail and come back later, but... Turtle Pope's pretty awesome. Big fan. How do you all coordinate who's next to sing the lullaby? Good to know that I don't really take damage during this. Didn't quite get far enough away there.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
I'll just do it in 3 rather than try to push it, take unnecessary damage.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
Surprise her attack when she falls doesn't hurt you. Try to fix my... Run away from the moon! The moon is not your friend!
Lieth under my moon.
Okay, so I can punish her pretty hard right at the start of the fight. I want her boot hat. I would switch to her boot hat even though it doesn't cover my whole face. Let's give her 2 more sincere attempts. And then I'll go do something else. The problem, my main struggle with her right now is just that she is so aggressive that it's kind of hard to find a window to heal safely. You're constantly being chased, if not by her current attack, by her previous attack that's still homing in on you. So 2 more attempts on her, whether I die in phase 1 or phase 2. Come on, kid. Sometimes it's only 2. I guess it depends on if I kill the one who's currently summoning too early. That causes problems, I guess. Nope, I thought I was far enough away. Apparently not. I might die here to random books.
Time to be born anew.
Whether the second one spawns close to the one you just killed definitely makes this way harder, potentially. I wonder if my region keeps ticking during the cutscene. So I could see if I still have the effect on me.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be.
Doesn't look like time was still running during the cutscene. Fuck you, I can melee attack. Way too close to her there.
Thy fate lieth under
Didn't know she could throw her staff at me like that. Good to know. One more attempt and we'll come back later. I feel like if I summon, I could just, like, wait her out, basically. Let my summon do most of the damage. And if she targets the summon, go in and get a bunch of hits in. I don't know. I haven't made a decision on that. I don't know. I feel in a weird middle ground about it. Whoa, that's extremely bad. Let's just wait on the next one. Cool boss concept, though. May as well send this back for far future Marstead. You see some children falling from the sky as soon as you zone in. That's kind of funny. Okay. Just learned, I think I could have known this sooner, but I didn't notice that any books they have spawn despawn when you hit them. So you don't need to like dodge at the last second if you know you can get a hit in. I guess if the book's already traveling, that doesn't work though. Sleep tight in Mother's arm. I think that blocks her attack from going off. I like her little bench. I'm gonna crack it immediately, I think. Is the, I missed this. Is the chandelier attack conveyed by the fire circle? Is it just like summon a chandelier? I thought maybe there were like chandeliers on the map that I wasn't seeing before. Jesus Christ. I tried to roll through them, like back up and roll through them, but it's probably not good if I can get one shot by that. Okay, well, we learned about a boss, did some exploring, got some items. I should probably cut my losses and go do something else right now. So, the whole reason I ended up getting here was that I was on an elaborate a piece of candy loop that started down here where I said I'm just going to explore all the places that look interesting on the map from down here. And then I found my way to the entrance to that place, and then I got distracted. So let me try to go back to what I was doing before, maybe. Castle Morne's where I fought the lion hoppy guy, right? See what that building is up there, I guess. Let's mark it. Great turtle shell, really? Can I cosplay as a Ninja Turtle? Wait, what does the turtle shell count as? Is it a shield? Turtle is a symbol of tirelessness, and this shield boosts stamina recovery speed. Well, goodbye. Got my, I guess you are literally... They thought about the fact that people always use the Grass Crest shield and never actually use it as a shield, right? So it is going to be on my back all the time. Fantastic. I'm guessing the, like, recovery is not amazing. Why is it always something? Grace. Yeah. think I found the Grass Crest Shield in Dark Souls 1 reasonably early. Oridys' Rise. Treasure chest ahead. There's no interact thing that I can see. That's a wolf. I like having the crazy sprint. Like, being able to sprint constantly was kind of busted. Seek 3 wise beasts. Fucking cool, okay. Wonder if one of the wise beasts is the turtle I already knocked over. Well, this is inside this place, isn't it? Right, there was like a giant out here before, if I recall correctly. This is cool. What's this all about? Siege of Castle Morne. A lone hero fights for his vengeance, only to fall at the hand of Lord Godfrey. Sort of little cool stuff like that on the map. I'm very pleased with my fashion souls at the moment. I look extremely silly. Got a turtle shell and a Burger King mask. Whoops. My death, aren't I? Rune. At least they give me a little cookie for coming up here. I've got one complaint about this game, is that there's not enough poison swamps. I think this is just a gross swamp, not a poison swamp. Now let's swapped green slime dudes. Yeah. Seed there that I missed, maybe? Heck yeah, nice. I really like the way they did seeds and the sacred tears in this game. Like, that's really cool, I think. Making them be predictable places that after you find a few of them, you kind of pick up on what the pattern is, right? Something far away is apparently still aggroed on me. There we go. Looks like it's maybe a cave. I'm trying to see what that is. I haven't been here. Let's go there. Nowhere close. Flasks, here we go. I also really like their idea of first you can get flash charges with 1 seed at a time, and then it's 2 seeds at a time. Chef's kiss. That's really, really good, because it allows them to give a pretty big reward to a player that just goes ham looking for seeds constantly. But kind of gives you diminishing returns if that's all you're doing. And then a player who's only kind of bumping into them occasionally is still going to get a pretty decent number of them without having to go too hard on it. Right. A shard. Does one get up there? Is there a windy thing somewhere? This doesn't seem right, to be honest. There's windy jumpy things all the way down. The main world map music in this game makes me think of Secret of Evermore. It's very pretty. Where's the jumpy thing down here even go to? Ooh, is this a cave? Oh yeah, I guess I could kind of see it on the map. Morne tunnel. A couple places I can jump off this thing on the way down. Let's hit this first. Yeah, there's like several options to jump. Burial ahead. One regular ass smithing stone. Thank you. I think that was the one I just did, right? And there's another one. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like the idea of the overworld is different from other locations, just like fundamentally. I don't know if I've seen... I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a game do that, really. That was a mistake, but I didn't die. Might not be able to make that. Try it one more time. Yeah, I could probably jump, but there's so much stuff in my way. I'm betting that that just comes out somewhere else and exits, so I'll just explore for now. So nice to not have my right stick be drifting constantly. I am trying to get my old controller replaced, like send it in to RMA it, but it was really bad and it was affecting the whole game. Even in episode 1, it was what I was describing as the what seemed like the wall clipping thing. Frame rate still slightly hangs in certain areas. You're right. regen effect is actually kind of noticeable. Stamina regen effect, I mean. These guys still heavily resist my piercing damage. Calculated. Does this shield have a skill? I missed it earlier. Oh shit. Let me know. Barricade shield. Focus your energy into the shield, temporarily hardening it to deflect greater blows. Yeah. Why mine? Why Fletch? Material leaf. I have a... hold on. This thing, make it easier to see those guys. Do we establish that that does not affect stealth at all? Confirmed. Parrying in this game is specifically a skill that you have to put on a shield, right? Or any other kind of offhand. It's not just something innate to shields anymore. Hey, Kara, how you doing? A lot of shields have parry as their thing. Okay. Soft cotton. Yeah, once I find the parry ash, which I don't think I have yet. I do like the ash concept. This is where I first came in. One. That. I'm going to say so. Boss ahead. Precious item. Let's see. Weak forehead. Really? It's funny. I've fought a regular version of this guy before. The reason I like having a lot of stamina isn't for doing my full weapon combo, but just so I can roll and sprint a lot, pretty much. Rusted Anchor. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. Rally the Spirit, increase attack power. Strong attacks change to savage combo attacks. 26 strength required. Alright, and like getting that boss kill now lets me warp out of this place, right? I'm always allowed to warp in if I have a bonfire in here. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like old school... I guess I never did find a way to come out from up here, so I'll try to jump a couple more times. Old school, like, 2D games always had a clear distinction between the overworld and other parts of the game, where, like, they felt different in that they were, like, covering different bits of content. Nice. There's nothing up here, is there? How sad. Don't put a little thing there, game. How could you? You get, like, sadness. Although, unfortunately, I'm guessing this message... Oh. Yeah, someone already put it. Fuck. Why is it always betrayal? That one's actually pretty good. I don't know if this is higher up. This is higher, maybe. I know where this is, though. Have I just never been on that area? This is a good question. These little, like, gravestones are nice for dropping down. What the fuck? What? He is not a friend. Okay. Oh, he's very much not a friend. Something I appreciate about these games is you can't usually depend on the rule of the ugly, right? Like, ugly things are not necessarily evil. How do I get on that high ground? I can't cross it from this side. I don't see any... I'll run back closer to the cliff's edge to see if I can figure it out. Hey, it's time to go live. It would be neat if you could establish a color for your message text So that you could, maybe the community could develop a color to signify, hey, we put a message here, but all it says is that there's nothing here. I think I've been down here before, actually. What the fuck? Folder bloom. What is happening down here? Some kind of crazy source of lightning? Are these like lightning rods, maybe? Shit like this is like so my jam. This little area where there's just lightning storms and a shitload of bats. It's not clear what the deal is. Sorry, horse. Alright, Fulgur Bloom. Does Fulgur Bloom mean it grows where there's lightning? And you use that to make lightning stuff, probably. Lightning struck lands, used for crafting items, infused with traces of lightning essence. Wary of pack, yeah, no kidding. No safe drop over here, is there? Shit! Well, I'm dead. Gotta try to get those back. I think I can maybe use, I don't know if that horse jumpy spot is worth heading to. Very likely I'm gonna fuck this up and lose my 4,000 souls. It's just a thing I do. Sorry, Mr. Turtle, I know it's rude to run past you while I, like, have one of your friends on my back. God damn it. I'm gonna die? Yeah. I really wish I understood the fall damage better in this game. I have, like, no intuition for it whatsoever. What a waste. I think it's like, if it looks like there's a thing that you're intended to drop to, you can drop to it, and if you miss it by a little bit, it's instant death. Period. Like... See, like, is this death? No. I think there's another super jump near the bridge here. Rafflesia thing. Group of Rafflesias. Is there any reason for them being a bunch of them down here? Not that I can tell really. Will this give me enough height to get to the opposite side? Yes, I think. Am I on the right side now? I think I am. Great. That guy has a problem with his face. Yellow Ember. Oh, item crafting shit, sorry. Taken from the eye socket of a corpse. The sea suffered from the flame of frenzy. Grape has ripened and burst. Eye of yellow. I like the idea, maybe there's an easy way to get up here, and I just made it really hard on myself, but I like the idea that there's a region that's looks kind of obvious on the map, but unless if you're specifically going out of your way to get there, you don't realize that it's kind of a pain to reach, that there's like a specific jump you have to take. It's got this kind of cool hiding in plain sight island feel to it, that you can ride around that multiple times and not think there's anything special about it. But I like the idea that it seems like all the dudes up here have this like Ember Eye thing. They do that. Cool. Got a church. The rats have it too, don't they? Interesting. I think if I'm going to use summons, I should use them when I'm not doing bosses. I don't really care. Like, I can always just run through these areas, so I don't think it ruins the experience of exploring as much if I notice it's available. Flame of Frenzy. What are you shooting at, buddy? Is that a spell? Went the wrong direction. Flame of Frenzy emits a burst of yellow flame of frenzy from eyes. Faith 16. A maddening 3 fingers. Flame of Frenzy deals damage and causes buildup of madness. The incantation also causes buildup of madness in the caster. It's only effective against tarnished. Interesting. Alright. Sacred Tear. Let there be fingers. Radical. There's still a little facility I haven't checked out separate from this church. I didn't recognize this as a church on the map earlier. I like how it seems to affect the AI of the affected creatures. It's pretty cool. Ooh, gold-tinged excrement. It's one of those big bears up here somewhere. I like how this game manages to do the Elder Scrolls, like, item placement is lore thing. But I feel like most of the time I see it in Elder Scrolls, it's like funny haha joke, you know? I guess they use it sometimes to convey actual meaning or something that's actually interesting. Flamecrest Wooden Shield. parry. So warning to those who might have approached the village. Oh, I did get a thing for it. Yeah, this is awesome. Like there's like plague rats everywhere, and there's these weird dudes who have this like madness affliction. And it's just this kind of like isolated little mesa that it's hard to come to accidentally, it seems like. The madness eyeball spell. A couple runs that were split with faith. Faith is cool. First off, not here. Like I expect there to be some kind of like underground dungeon type thing here. The church is a pretty big deal because that was another sacred tier. My plan is to spend any future level ups on HP for a little bit. But I keep losing my souls. I've lost like, I don't know, 20,000 souls today. It's real bad. Embers. I guess maybe I could have gotten here by running along the wall. I don't know if that actually connects, though. Golden rune. Let me guess. Liar ahead. No precious item ahead. Okay. All want some hidden paths. You gotta go to the academy. Oh, does this connect down here? Is there like a little ramp that leads up? I guess you still have to kind of go out of your way to find your way up there. Oh, really? Okay. Might have been some places I went a long time ago that I can actually handle now that I've got better stats. I want to check this out. It's not marked yet. Does teleporting count as resting? Does it respawn enemies and refill all your stats and stuff? I'm here to do something. Oh, right, flask. +6. It's already over healing, so definitely need to get more health here. Demi-Human forest ruins. Oh, hello. You just a tall version of these boys? Demi-Human Queen's Staff. Also Crystal Burst. Interesting. A second. Oh, are they not attacking me? That's kind of cool. I love this game. It makes me so happy. Crystal Burst. Heatly while in motion. Charging increases potency. 18 int. I can use this. Glintstone Staff styled as a scepter. Sneered at by fools in the academy. So what's the difference in stats? This one's technically better. It has weird strength scaling, I guess? Oh shit. Ah, God damn it. I did not mean to do that. Let me get rid of that. What a waste. Hopefully I can just craft a bunch of those later. I was trying to do this. Oh, is sorcery scaling more important than the int scaling? Poor demi-humans. Just rolled up here and murdered their queen. So how does int scaling apply? I think there's an underground thing. I think the main thing was killing the boss there. I'm gonna go up here. So there's a little boss that I didn't fight before that maybe I can handle now. There's higher sorcery scaling at my int level. The one I'm using has better int scaling overall. Okay, I think I understand. I think this was just the tree guy, maybe? Rude. These guys are pretty good at dealing with people on horses, huh? Excuse you. Thank you. Alright, big guy. Time for you to probably kick my ass. Seem kind of corrupted compared to the last one I fought. Putrid Avatar. Maybe I can do a, well, shit, it's not a great start. I was gonna say, maybe I can do a, middle ground and say I'm okay with summoning against, versions of bosses I've already fought. Oh, it spawns real close. Shit. My soul's right next to where the tree is? Oh, I see her there. I'm not. What the fuck? Give me my souls. Oh my god. Smashing triangle before. Alright, well, the fact that I can get one shot from max health means I'm probably not ready for this thing yet, so. Bye, 3k souls again. Probably should just go somewhere and farm for a little bit to make up for all the souls I've lost to being stupid. No, thank you. Where else do I want to explore here? I've been here. Well, I don't know how to get there, necessarily. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, hello.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hyetta, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next, but when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty.
Sounds bad.
Is a finger maiden. Hello? Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light.
Well, we've learned that people getting grapes isn't necessarily a good thing.
I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
I don't have any grapes, I don't think.
Hello? Would you donate them on a pilgrim when
She doesn't get marked as an NPC, does she? Oh, she does. That's cool. Okay. We did that church for sure. I guess I can go talk to him. He's the dude who told me all about getting back into the castle. Maybe I can give him my extra key. What's up, dude?
Back to learn another? Why, of course.
I met Turtle Pope and everything. Give the Academy Glintstone key, that's what you get
Are
to.
you certain? You're willing to give your glintstone key to me? My, oh my. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you only do that if you have two?
Now I can go back
Or can you
to
get
the
locked
academy
out?
to resume my study of glintstone.
I guess there could be more than one outside the world.
And the very stars.
Hopefully he doesn't go in there and die instantly. Poor guy. Erudition.
Back to learn another? Why, of course. Thank you dearly. With your blessing, I will depart for the Academy of Rea Lucaria.
They're bound to who
Perhaps
uses them, I
one
see.
day You'll pay me a visit? Who knows? I may be a decorated sorcerer by then.
I'm gonna find his corpse there, aren't I? Oh, poor guy.
Thank you. With your blessing, perhaps. Who knows?
What, Glintstone Arc or Starlight, but... Bye, friend. Happy to help you. I'm sure you're gonna be fine, and I didn't just sign your death warrant. I'll find the way in here. Oh. Just getting started. Oh, just getting started. By the way, just getting started. Oh, just getting started. Oh, right. Somebody mentioned this earlier. Seek behind. So they just mean like it's a butt joke. Where's my erudition one? This one. This is like built for people to make galaxy brain memes. Oh, it totally is. That's cool having the little like light glowing out of your head. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's one of those grapes that lady wants. I'm sure that's fine. Yellow oozing eyeball. Guide her to the distant light. Sure. Please take my grapes. Now let me, as that kind of blends in. Things. Whoops. Didn't expect jumping. I love all the messages when you first start the game that are like, didn't expect jumping. In the tutorial area. Let there be message. Word night. Cool. That's pretty sweet. Joy. Oh, I'm not allowed to attack in here. Oh, that's what that golden icon means? Interesting. It's like the one in the round table hold or whatever. Deeply suspicious. Yeah, I don't know what's up here. Maybe I come back here way later. turning the grape. Here's a grape.
Would you donate any? I'm on a pilgrim, and when I eat one. Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more.
Great.
You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
As you wish.
You are most kind, and may the blessing.
All right. Try getting down here. I don't know if I can though. I placed that in the middle of nothing. There must be some way to warp over there then. There's so much more, apparently, for this castle. Maybe there's another entrance. I remember climbing up here and fighting all these dogs manually before. Path here, right? No. Remember the bridge. This area already makes me kind of sad because I remember when I came here the first time, full of like absolute wonder as to what could possibly be down here. Like, I still don't know everything about the game, obviously, but knowing that I'll never get that feeling back again.
Please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, bless you.
Happy to help.
Head to the fountain of gold tarnished. Traverse Rennala.
I have. I need some more health.
Stone eventide, and reunite the half crescents at the grand lift.
Yeah, half crescents, right. We learned about that from the Pope.
But the bridge is collapsing. Stone.
Get it here. I'm just going to move on and look somewhere else. Oh. Ow, Jesus Christ. Not, dude. Oh, hello. Castleward Tunnel. Oh, cutscene. This is fine.
All tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring.
That's me.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
You're a cool looking dude. Margit the Fell. What's up, Margit the Fell? A long wind up. Oh, I just saw the tail. Second too late there. Attack. Oh, nice.
Thou art of passing skill.
Shit.
Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
I think I was supposed to come here way earlier. The game's given me a lot of things that probably should kill me. Come on, friend. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Got a cool moveset. I like all the summoned weapons. I didn't even know this was here. Does this game have cutting off tails or no? He's got a nice, slow moveset. I think it's probably pretty easy to learn how to dodge through him. Which I'm currently not doing.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run
He comes out after the
Tarnished.
hammer jump attack pretty fast. I really like his attacks. He's has some really cool animations. Ooh, I thought I was far enough away. My bad. You're supposed to get wrecked. The game wants you to explore and level up. Souls players are like, okay, got it. Time to get good. I imagine so. I'm not really even hitting that hard with the level of my weapon. Like, I'm mostly saying that he seems easier at this stage just because he doesn't one-shot me. You can take a lot of hits from him, it seems like. Obviously, he's still killing me, but a lot of that's just hubris from feeling like I can handle him more than I actually am handling him. That's cool. I'm glad they have a boss like this in the game. I think I passed by here when I still was refusing to use the horse. So I would have wanted to kill all the guys outside the front. Come on, bud. His phase 2 attacks are pretty crazy, too. He gets pretty mean. I feel like you could beat him by just really patiently punishing all of his hammer jump attacks. That's a cool attack, too. He's the guest going to Elden Ring. Yeah, it's interesting. Instead of teaching you to play aggressively, he teaches you to leave and come back. Oh, right. One where he slams it into the ground is... in phase 2, he's got a follow-up for it. I do like that they've done that for a lot of these bosses, that they have something that you can punish in phase 1 that you can't punish in phase 2. Seems to be kind of like a standard formula. It can let you feel like you're making progress and learning the boss. I think that's why I struggled so much with the Crucible Knight earlier, because I really felt like I had phase 1 under control, not appreciating that that wasn't really helping me at all to be good at phase 2, and in fact was untraining me for phase 2. So I only finally beat that boss after I just practiced phase 2 forever. Alright, now that I'm treating him as a real boss, and not a joke that I can just throw my flasks at, I'm doing a little bit better now. Swipe, lead. That was a cool attack pattern. Hammer? Nice. Summons his hammer and then smacks you with a cane first. Pouch. Oh, does that mean I can equip 2 now? Oh, damn. Yeah, should have come here sooner. Shit. Oops. I want to hear what he's saying. The attack. Where Arm breath, sorceries. Mask's all bloody now. How many souls do I need for a level up? Probably too many. Oh no, he actually gave a decent number. Yeah, we're gonna do, what's the soft cap for vigor again? I'm probably gonna take it to 20, and then I'm gonna start working on a stat that actually affects what I can equip finally. After 20 hours. If someone in chat can help me out, it's really easy for me to lose track of time. For example, I didn't realize we'd already been playing for 2.5 hours. I need to split the VOD and take a break in an hour so that I can get this to fit on YouTube. So if someone will let me know when the live split timer hits 18:30 if I don't catch it myself. Oh wow, they really want to have you put more points in HP in this one. Oh, that's interesting. 2 back-to-back. Kind of want to dump. I can't tell what stocks merchants have, right? Because I want to just buy a bunch of smithing stones if I can. Let's try here. Two parries per riposte. Okay.
Wait, well, you're back.
Ask about the
Howl
howling.
of a wolf. In the Mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about.
Oh, wolf boss?
I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source.
That's
Don't
cool.
fret. There is nothing to fear.
What?
I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
Finger snap. Okay, I think that was where I fought the little wolves. That's pretty radical, actually. Okay, so he doesn't have any, like, smithing stones. Bummer.
Goodbye.
That was, shoot, where was that? Wasn't that by the lady? Like, if I go backwards from here, I thought they were, like, around here somewhere. She called it the Mistwood Forest. Maybe she just means this here, since it's much closer. This is just the Gatefront ruins. I remember this area where there was a loud wolf howl and then a bunch of little wolves spawned, and I thought it was closer to the castle proper. Like around here on the way to the finger reader, but he described it as a forest, and that's not where that is. Go to the shack. Yes, please. I've been there, right? Half-wolf. Thanks. Oh yeah, I remember this area. Oh, I just heard. I sort this by order received? No. This area, right? Is the map marker incorrect here? I heard it howling before. I don't know if I have to like leave and come back now that I've missed the trigger or whatever. I guess I'll warp out and come back. I don't know if that's the problem. In this general area. Okay, thank you. The other NPC markers are pretty precise though, right? Because it's a new feature they just added. I don't hear the howling anymore. Maybe I have to quit game? It's pretty cool. I like this. No howling. Can I just do it anywhere here? Shit, I'm worried that I like missed my chance to make this work by coming here. Hopefully it's not missable or something. He's very near to his map marker. It's just a regular NPC. Not this guy. That's what I thought that meant before. I don't need to snap anymore. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the NPC. Did I have a chance to do a riposte on its head there if I was quicker? Oh, the dog. If anyone sees it, let me know. I think I first snapped my fingers over here. Am I looking for a person or a wolf? Like a humanoid NPC? Really hope I didn't just like accidentally get it killed. Saw him. Oh, hello.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he?
Oh, this guy's on the loading
What a
screens.
bloody busybody.
Very tall.
Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blaidd. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
Okay.
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale. Darrowell, and in need of a...
Darrowell, got it. I guess I never went down here. Oh, sorry, random. I finally killed my first bit of innocent wildlife. Open for business. It's weird, I haven't seen a golden glowing message before. Maybe it's not the message. Oh, those are always developer messages. Interesting. Makes sense. Get some seeds over here? That would be swell. Heck yeah, I need 2 though. It's got a handler, it looks like. Oh, that's cool. He puts the standard down. I like that. Left there, wasn't I? He's got a different weapon than I'm used to these guys having. That's cool. Now's the time if I'm going to use a summon. Not fighting a boss. I can still enjoy summons. Oh, that's cool. If you were further away, you could see it. I see. And then once he's down, he's just down. Fort 8. We got rats, we got exploding barrels, maybe is what that is. Yeah, probably exploding barrels. I feel like the... Ouch. Get him, bud. Magic Warriors Cookbook 6. Cookbooks are key items. Blood Grease, Drawstring Blood Grease, Bloodbone Arrow, Bloodbone Bolt. What are you swinging at there, buddy? Still no precious item. I don't remember. This is just my starting weapon, and I've got a lot of upgrade momentum behind it, unfortunately. If I get a chance to change stuff later, I might. If I get a ton of smithing stones and I have the stats for another item. I thought about switching to the whip, but it had a comment about it not being intended for combat or something. Oh, that's a cool attack. Thanks, buddy. Bloody Slash. I want to switch to that once I'm able to get my defense piercing thing back. It's under Ashes. Oh, shit, the crafting. Wait, wrong kind of ashes. Bloody Slash. Grants an armament the Blood affinity in the following skill. Blood Oath skill granted by the Lord of Blood. Oh. Actually, that's interesting. I didn't realize that Ashes grants no affinity. So that's how they kind of handle, like, making something scale with different stats or making it like an elemental weapon. Interesting. Yeah, if that was explained before, I missed that. I got some kind of item that was something like... It was like clear the affinity from an ash, but keep the ability that it offers. And y'all were explaining it, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, but I guess that makes sense. If you wanted to have the weapon skill, but not the blood scaling, right? Oh, really? Unequipping the ash from the weapon? Okay, I thought that you needed to have a copy of the original skill. No trap ahead. Dectus Medallion. What the fuck? Love this game. Join medallions to operate the Grand Lift. Oh yeah, that's one of the things I gotta do. Right half is said to reside in Fort Feroth in the Dragon Barrow, far to the east. Don't tell me. It's Fort Gale. Okay, that's the one that's kicked my ass. That might be Fort Feroth. That's deep in the I'm getting my ass kicked territory, so I don't think I want to go that way just yet. Cool. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting it on my rapier actually, just to see how blood scaling works out. I've done at least one of these games where I had bleeding on my katana, I think, and that was quite fun. Assuming they're talking about bleeding. No horse. Must be nothing over here, right? Okay. I think I've done everything here, it looks like. Okay. What are we doing on souls? I might be close to leveling up. For funsies, I want to see if that's a fort that I can visit. $600 souls. Yeah, I should probably just use a consumable to get that. Hold on. God, where did those show up? Golden runes. Shit. Sorry, I just wasn't looking at them. I think 4 is 400. Oh, well, I overdid it. Not by a ton. Go. Alright, let's check this out. Let's try to get on the road first, maybe. Stay out of Florida. Well, if I wasn't streaming, I would have played this for like 12 hours a day on the weekends. For sure. Thinking about it basically constantly. It was nice playing Grimrock and Enter the Gungeon because those games kind of give me a similar feeling. You got that. Hey! Sick. Alright. Try to remember to spend that. It's like some kind of awful giant guarding this pass. These big bird guys on the cliffs, what the fuck? They're like dinosaur dog things? Two-headed dogs. No, they're dogs. Gross. See, I keep wanting to say Mark of Grace. That's RuneScape. Point of Grace. I want to explore this camp over here. Mushroom. That's fine. Oh, something's already aggroed on me, isn't it? Whatever it is on fire. Oh, those guys are just fighting each other normally. Okay. See you, babies. Those guys and oh no, there's a ladder. So it'd be kind of interesting if there were enemies that you could just never reach without ranged attacks. Shit, that's not good. Ouch. I don't know if the regen on the one talisman is based on your current max HP, but when I first got it, it was almost imperceptible. Obviously, now I can tell that I'm regening because I have another thing going at the same time that causes regen, but whoops. Well, I'm dead. Did not mean to do that. Whoops.
You win again, Gravity.
I did not mean to do that. Did not realize that was going outside. Let's try it again. Oh, I was gonna try out this ash. Ooh, piece of candy. I love when games do this. Oh, this is the first one that I can really... I guess I could have done Storm Stomp instead. Causes blood loss buildup. Reduces the scaling from E to E. So it very mildly affects the strength and dex scaling. I don't really care about the guard damage negation. It does look like the damage per swing goes down quite a bit. I'll try it and see what it does. Oh, and this is what lets me pick between whether I want the blood scaling or not. I see. I guess I can see if there's something I want to put on the shield. Storm wall. It's really nice. We'll see. It's probably going to be bad for regular enemies. It might be okay for bosses that are weak against bleed. I might go attempt that boss again just to see how bleed works on her. Bleed's like souls where you do build up and then once they take a certain amount of build up, it explodes and pops and does a bunch of damage. All healing in this game is flat. Okay. That was cool. Shit. Oh, I forgot to get more flask charges too. I'll try to remember that next time. Scarlet Tabard. Little signs of the Scarlet Rot. Foot soldiers in General Radon's army. Arrow Sting. That's probably not going to be for me, but I'd like to see what it is. Raises attack power of arrows and bolts. Okay. Let's not. Yeah, I saw the blood blow up on them. I guess is the amount of damage dealt by bleed a fixed value, and the only thing that changes is how much buildup you do per attack, or futility. guess the main thing is that I killed those dudes and got a talisman. Or can different things inflict more bleed? Like when it pops, does it do more damage, basically? These guys won't be shooting at me if I go this way now. Well, there's probably more siege weapons on this bridge. Or some kind of asshole's gonna... Yep, I'm not surprised. Ouch. I do like this. Ooh, get one of these warpy thingies, which I'm about to get hit from examining. Cannot use it right now. I think the... Birdleaf flower. I'm surprised they don't have a on-screen thing for bleed on enemies. Do they not have that for any kind of status effects, like poison either? Can't see how fast your buildup is. Hello. Oh shit, I didn't realize how low I was there. Thanks. Oh, arcane affects how much buildup you get. Yeah, I haven't really figured out how arcane is different in this game from intelligence. Does the prisoner have okay arcane scaling to start? Oh, I see the trebuchet in the back there. It's not magic at all. Oh, it's luck. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you. The guy manning the trebuchet? Assume I'm not allowed to just destroy the trebuchet. Torch guys are the worst, I tell you what. Moment I like bleed. Bubble spell required it too, yeah. That's cool. Ooh, this guy is nastier than I realized. Oh, it has some nice range. Does that cause blood buildup? It's actually pretty similar to the... Oh, was that hurting me when I was doing it? I'm like, why did I have such low health? Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay. I wasn't even seeing my health go down there. Ouch. Well, there go those souls. Oh, really? It used to be cheaper? Just need to realize when these projectiles have actually started homing in on my location. It's later than I thought. That guy was still going to keep moving forward there. Maybe you got stuck on the tree a bit. I keep forgetting to upgrade my flask charges, though I'm not using them at the moment because I'm being bad anyway. And this is the rando that was manning the trebuchet. Sucks. That seems bad. Okay. Alright, I don't think I'm ready to fight that guy just yet. I just want to see if this is the correct fort, so maybe I'll just ignore the enemies this time. I'm trying to fight them because I could kill some of them. Now I'm sad. Hello. What is the name of this place? Oh, that guy's... Hi, friend. Doo-doo. Oh, he heard me. Shit. Time for revenge. That's a pretty good one. Good chest in this one too. That explains why the ladders were there, because this is like a copy-pasted asset. Nice. Time for revenge. That guy get to me? I don't know if that's death or not. Okay, it's not. Eight flasks feels like an insane amount of flasks. Like, I should be able to handle most of the content in the game. They can't one-shot me with that. if I was less bad. Yeah. Behold, tranquility. Fire. I like having the bats here confirms that this is a way you're kind of intended to go. Come on, friend. Coming? Jumping ahead. Behold lake. Be wary of edge. No kidding. First off, you don't have the right. Second of all, it doesn't open from this side. Just don't know what this place is, do I? No. Probably have to get inside to find out. Dung beetle and a bunch of bats. And a dude? And maybe some items. Are dung beetles immune to bleed? Shit. Flaming strike. Interesting. Now I could have flame affinity, presumably, on my weapon, maybe. Oh yeah, this is the singing one, isn't it? The, like, singing harpy. She's the one who poisoned me, I think. Oh shit, I'm dead. I was in the middle of flasking. Just curious. Yeah, okay. Fire just doesn't have any other scaling, basically. Maybe I'll try to do an arcane setup. That sounds kind of cool. No, I'm gonna die before I get back there. Increases strength scaling over base. Okay. Ow, fucking hell. I think I just barely managed to not be too close to that last time. Hey, friend. There's an item at the base of that tower, but I don't think it's anything special. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Just a smoldering butterfly all along, okay. Does bleed decay pretty quickly in this? Not that bad, it looks like. Not having the meter is going to be tough for me to get used to. Usually able to make an educated decision about whether it's worth going in for the bleed pop. can die to the regular bats after killing the harpy. Come on. Okay. I thought Dark Souls showed you a little, like if you hit an enemy with poison, it showed a little meter filling up on them. Am I misremembering? That's how you could see that something would like walked into a poison swamp, because they would just start have poison ticking up on them and you would see that meter off in the distance. Exceedingly rare to find. Okay, I thought that was a wash and my souls are forfeit, but I was able to get them. Now I'm going to lose them somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Golden Rune 9 from those guys, really. Try up. Oh, was the damage numbers ticking? Okay, I must be misremembering then. My bad. I thought you could always see a build-up meter. Okay, good. You can bleed through blocking, which is what I was trying to test before. I want to get something that gives me bleed scaling but doesn't have this special ability, because given that it burns health, I'm not sure I'm going to want to use it too much. What are we doing here? You. Is that the scary fire sword knight guy? Sure is. Alright, I don't know if I want to bother. Does this count as being inside? Oh, Redmane Castle. Okay, forts are smaller, I think. Blast. I like that. Where's this fort? Eastern Lands. Can I hide? I can't hide what these used to look like, right? I guess it almost certainly going to be something small on a cliff. Been there. Let me get the map here, I guess. Yeah, it makes me nervous about exploring with him here. I can see how close I am to a level up. So I could use that. Golden Rune 9. Easy come, easy go, something, something. That's not too bad. Oh, right. Is this the place I discovered on the other side? Right, where getting to this wasn't trivial. Oh shit, where's the other marker? Place it here by accident. is easier said than done. Oh, there's another crone there. Interesting. Try getting to whatever that is. That's awesome, Spiky. Try following the road. That's a nasty snake thing. Don't do that. Oh, thanks, Walter. Appreciate it. Church that I didn't explore? Oh, shit. Hi, friend. Didn't even see you there. Alright, so since I've fought a dragon before, I would be okay to use summons on one I've fought already. This place isn't looking great. Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook. Hi, friend. Oh god, this guy looks like fucking Gale. What's your deal? Shit. Got Dark Souled. Die. Yep. Look at the Dragon Apostle Cookbook here in a second. Can I not rest if I'm actively being aggroed by something? I feel like I have rested at bonfires before. Dragon Apostle Cookbook. Dragon Wound Grease. Oh. Fetid pots. Goats armament granting special dragon attacks. Root resin, beast blood, gravel stone. Found in lands once beset by ancient dragons. I like that there's a hint there. That's cool. You can't rest, but you could still touch it. Gotcha. Should probably mark the location of that dragon this time. Can get somewhere where I'm not being attacked. Oops. Shit, I didn't do that. Marker. Boss. Okay. Doo-doo. Cathedral of Dragon Communion. How cool the torches. Most of them are missing their heads. Neat. He's just hanging out outside and followed me in because he was mad. Huh. Oh, there was a dude in here that was just like right on top of the bonfire. Right on. Well, back to exploring. Oh, there he is. The Brazier's interactable? Okay, thank you. The blood Brazier thing? Whoa, that's an attack. Okay. Yeah, the range on that's not great, is it? There we go. It's actually pretty good if I can get it to hit. No worries. This one? Dragon Communion. Oh. Oh, right, I do have a Dragon Heart. Oh, that's cool. Channels Dragon to bite foes before caster. That's all faith and arcane. Neat. Thanks for sharing that. Love the look of this place. I'm dead, aren't I? Yep. I cannot tell at all. I don't know how they could improve that, to be honest. It might just be an unsolvable problem. Yeah, there's a lot of little things I'm running into, like the dragon sorcery that makes you go, oh, wouldn't it be cool to make an entire build and play through the whole game just with that? Fucked up giant. Messed up skull. It's fine. That's... a giant off in the distance. And the only thing I've been able to kind of pick up about falling is if it looks like there's an obvious platform that was put there for you to drop to, you'll be okay. Otherwise, there's a decent chance you're gonna die. I know there's like a beach over there. That's cool. Oh! Oh, neat. That's what he was throwing out there. Okay. Very cool. Just throwing, you know, sapient potmen at me. Yikes. Super not cool. I don't know if that's to drop down or to get up. I guess it's not sapient because it's leaving a big puddle of magic. These gold ones are developer messages. Stop by the shack. Fuck. Dogs are very distressing. It's an unusual amount of direction from developer messages. People not finding this NPC.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gowry, a great sage. In my day, anyway.
Thanks,
I
Walter.
hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Sellia, the town you see there.
Sure.
Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Sellia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting
I haven't met
sickness.
Millicent, have I?
The rotting sickness.
I wish there was an
afflicts
in-game way to
Millicent
track
has
these quests a
no
little bit.
cure.
It's hard to remember them
When
sometimes.
the tree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle. Seek the deep
Needle.
scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Sellia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is lost somewhere there.
Thanks, friend. All right, gonna split the episode there so that I can get this uploaded to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, there should be another episode that pops up in the end cards, like now. I'll be right back, though. I'm gonna run to the restroom and grab some water. See you soon.